on. So I'm seeing Greg Holmes and John Kennedy. Oh, I like the sound of that. Nice connection. So we're just going to do a few checks on the live stream, see if we can make sure we've got the sound bringing to you loud and clear. So hopefully we're back on track. Looks like the YouTube signal goes a bit wonky after about hour and a half, I think. Audio just seems to peter out. So if you are listening and it's loud and clear, just give us a thumbs up on the comments. So by my reckoning, Rory McDonald O'Brien and Luke Quint coming into play now. I'll have to check my leaderboards and so I think on the bag he's got his pal from Cheshire. Is it Danny Hayes who had a good lap today? Check the leaderboard, see so that's the lad who we saw before who was 7 under. Isn't that great? He's not revelling in the clubhouse, he's come out to help his pal carry the bag. Oh, that's great. Can't be any age on the fella either. So he's the leader in the clubhouse. How good is that? 67 and a 68. That's 7 under. 135. I just found out on the app I can scroll across. 135. So there he is. Yeah, guess what? I've just... Yeah. What did he finish, Dan? What did he get on this hole? We had a 4 and a 2 today. On the 17th did Dan. Hand is raised, it's up on the top deck, so to speak. Is it enough? Oh, just caught that bunker, poor lad. So many caught out. Oh, he's not going to like that on the replay. So, some good news. Darrell Collister, he's home with 271s. Level par, well played, Darrell. Just see Jamie Arneil. He was 1 under this morning. So it's going to be a while before we see Jamie, because before him we're going to see Sam Crawford. It's been a long old day for him. Be a lot of nerves out there. But in time to come, Sam, he'll be leading the way. No question about that. Let's let's have a zoom in on the lad. Absolutely great bloke. There we go. So plenty of room out there. It's going to be the end of a long day for him. Lots to dwell on, lots to think about, lots to enjoy really about the experience. Nice zippy little shot from his playing partner, Joseph Robson. So we haven't really got too long to go. I'll have a look at my sheet and see what we've got. So these were, let me see, Robson, Crawford, so I've got 1, 2, 3. Can't be that much longer to go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 groups to go. So it looks like Sam just, unfortunately, found the sandy stuff. Oh, great little shot there. Absolutely lovely. Look at that. Just rolling up to the pin. Very nicely done. And here we go. Got Daryl. He's come out to give a helping hand. Bit of support, bit of guidance. A rake in the bunker. Doing the right thing, not resting on his laurels. He's come out, see his mate, see him home. Those opportunities that just slip past, how many of those do you get in a day? Oh, lovely stuff. Isn't that great? Obviously a bit of pressure on. Obviously not the easiest of days. First time in a major event like this. A lot of new people to play with, a lot of people to be amongst. A whole new, what can I say? A new age of golfing for this lad, but Smile on his face. We've got some support from Castletown. We've got Ross Mulligan, Dave Quayle. Good to see the members coming out to support their friend who they play with on Saturdays. Nice little setup they got down there. Okay, we're back into action. It was just nice to spend a bit of time away from the camera, just catch up with Dave Quayle there in Castletown. Part-time fireman, or retained fireman, I think is the proper term. former licensee. All round good egg. So, I think we all know Sam. Those of us in Manx Golf. He was looking a bit tired, wasn't he? Long old day, but it's not just one day, is it? It's not just the practice rounds where the last few days he will have been caught up in all the energy and the atmosphere. He will have been thinking about this for many months, there's no question about it, having that Mount Murray background. It's a lot of thoughts, young lad, and then it comes to the big day and he's here. He's been round twice, he's performed. We just saw him do a great up and down from the bunker. So the score may not be what he wanted. We can be frank, we can be honest, we can be open about that. But it's all about experience points on the day. And I just had a chat with Dave Kinraid before, just off screen, where I actually got an energy bar and a bottle of water, which is very kind, much appreciated. It's just starting to flag a bit before, but David, you hit the nail well and truly on the head. And he mentioned that the team can't really contain the same old faces. Now, that's not being disparaging at all. And it's not the time or the place to pick out any names. Simply, it's a case of look at the ages of everyone involved. So look at the ages of the team, the average age, and think about the future. And it's quite obvious that there is a shortage of young golfers. I think that is what you call fact number one. And it's quite obvious that there were lots of golfers of a young age and coming through. So we've just got to reflect really and think how we can address that. Because if we don't do anything about it, and if we don't look at things face on, and if we're not pragmatic, then we're going to struggle in the future. This requires a bit of leadership. We need some decision making. We need some energy. We need some intelligence. We need some creativity. We need some enthusiasm. We need to be bold. But we've got to look at the problem. And the problem is the lack of young, I say young, sub 30 quality golfers on the Isle of Man. It's a lovely little strike, wasn't it? Let's just see. Sounded good. Oh, that's just pushed a little bit to the right there. Maybe a bit tired and short. Yeah, so going back to the future of our golf, where our success is going to come from, it's important that we get it right. And we get it right, it's not, oh, we're going to get it right next year. It's, we're going to get it right now, or we're going to get it right at the next AGM, or we're going to get it right because the right people are going to put themselves forward. But I think anyone who's on the Isle of Man, they might want to just liken it to the air traffic control tower, where we know the story more or less, and it was about succession, and there's not been a succession plan, and a lot of golf development has been left to clubs to sort themselves out, do their own thing, and the proof is in the pudding. You've got to look at who the people are that are making things happen and have been doing it for years and years. So you look at Peel, which is probably the best model of golf development on the island, because they've got the facilities and they've got people. And they've got people who can make things happen and who have cooperation and support. And I think that can't be just confined to one golf club. It can't just be confined to Peel. We've got 8 clubs with membership, and it's really about inspiring people who can get together and make things happen. And that needs to be part of our framework, part of our makeup. And for some reason it's not happening. People don't feel inspired or confident. Perhaps they're afraid of all the safeguarding issues, that there's a rigmarole of registrations and checks, but those have to be done, and that is absolutely critical to what we do. But there's something missing, isn't there? And we need to make golf more attractive, more fun. This is down to the clubs, and this is about the clubs inviting new people into the game without charging them a blooming fortune. That's number one. It's all right seeing these invitations, but it's got to be attainable for everyone, no matter what your background is. And I love that story before from the gentleman from Yorkshire, and it was at Cottingham Golf Club, and he said that the reason for success there was that you had some people who did have a vested interest in the golf because they had family involved, and they had a program where it was almost like exchange and mart of junior golf clubs. So first of all, the juniors are coming into the club, and they've got some kit there that's made available for them, and that's been brought about by the membership, getting together, being collegiate, being innovative, where any junior that racks up has got a club to play with and some golf balls to use. Now, anyone listening to this broadcast, or anyone thinking about the amount of golfers on the Isle of Man, of which there are over 2,000, there's going to be a whole host of kit in the attic, in the garage, in the back of the car, in the shed, in the locker. There's probably like 20,000 spare golf clubs on the Isle of Man just sitting there doing nothing, losing value, getting rusty. And really, this could be distributed to people who want to get involved in the game, but it's really about the clubs themselves. and it's trying to change attitudes. Quite often, you know, we've seen it all before, where we've got people who are on committees for a variety of reasons, and some of those reasons may not be conducive to the development and improvement of golf. Certainly the development of golf amongst young people. But it certainly goes wider than that. I think it's not just about golf, it's about sport in general on the island. I think there has to be a link up with education, with schools, public health. Because you can't argue with golf, it's got it all, hasn't it? Exercise, fellowship, well-being, all the good things in life can be put together around a golf club. And for us, the golfers on the Isle of Man, to not see this and not act upon it, we're kind of shooting ourselves in the foot. And a lot of it, I think, is down to apathy. Is that right, that you're involved in a golf club and you just let the committee crack on? Here's Haminder, by the way, from Cheshire. Great action. Love the arc on the swing. In his cerulean blue. Is that it? Come on, get close. Pitch forward. He's got the bounce. Oh, it just held up, didn't it? Still. He's got a putt. And playing with him, Luke Kelly, who I think is pretty... Oh, hang on. He's going well, isn't he? Oh, and he's nearly knobbed it in for a 2. That's a handy little shot. Let's see how he's doing on the duty board. Duty board? Leaderboard. Gosh, that was turning the clock back, wasn't it? Yeah, Luke Kelly, Lancashire, had a 70 this morning. So, let me just see. How did he do? How's he doing now on round 2? Oh, not quite performing for me, Golf Genius, but he's got a tap in 3, we know that. Haminder with the putt just leaving it short. If you want to find out what Haminder said on the video, I think that was on maybe one of the Facebook videos that we did for Coolmist Mountbury Golf Club. If you want to find that on Facebook. Good insight into his adventures in county golf. Now, I'm just having a look here on the county board. Cheshire are performing well. We'll keep an eye on that. fact, this is could be quite significant. We'll have to do a little bit more research on how this is materialising. So Heminder just putting it up to the left side, safe side of the green. Luke just short on the right. So another couple of holes to go. Sunshine is just appearing now through the mist. Day's nearly done for some. So I've got 12 minutes left on this battery, apparently, on the camera battery. So I might have to flip over and work some magic with the equipment, which has stood up pretty well today. We're outside the hotel at the back there, but I've done a lot of camera work there, but I actually prefer this spot. You get the best of both worlds, don't you? But I don't know whether on a corporate job whether it'd be safe here. That's the problem. Usually. I mean, if you look on the YouTube page, you'll see that there's some hilarity with a couple of lads trying to play the 11th. I think it was a provisional ball, like number 4 or 5, wasn't it, before they got it away. It's absolutely brilliant. But with these guys, though, you're getting treated, aren't you? You're getting treated to see the elite playing your course on the Isle of Man. Highest level, but if it does give you any comfort, the shots, the majority of the shots here on 17, they're actually missing the green and they're short and they're fluffing it right. Hit too high, not taking enough club. So, oh, this is nice. Oh, just, you see, just got that bounce forward. So we had Will Coxon, and can't quite make out this next one. I'll have a look from my list, but he's just on the edge of the bunker, is he? So did he kind of half go for it? Oh, that's a big blast out the bunker to the back of the green. That is that's not going to be a huge amount of fun. I tell you what, I love bunker play now. Love it. I had that lesson off Scotty when he was here. Peter Scott, pro. You might find him. Southport. Absolute genius with the sand wedge. I thought I knew how to hit it, but he explained the mechanics of it all, and it's all made matters a little bit more simpler. So look up Scotty, Peter Scott, if you're wanting some tuition and you're over there in Lancashire. He's very good. Funny guy. Funny guy. So, let's see what happens. Is he going to be short? Is he going to be long? Let's see. Ball is, oh, is it moving? Is it speeding up? Is it? You see how that just slides down. It's just come to rest now. Easy way to make a 5 on this hole. Let's hope he doesn't though. So there we are. The battery ran out on the camera. It's done quite well. Hope you can still hear us loud and clear. Yeah, with showing 3 bars, which is great. Just check our signal is coming through. Yeah, excellent. That was a bit like a tyre change in the Formula 1 pit lane. Always used to scare me when the battery runs out. So we're doing okay there, and we're doing okay on the encoder. So we should see you to the end of the broadcast. You know, sometimes you see a shot and it just gives you pleasure, something warm inside. So many different ways to hit the ball. Is that going to get it up? just short. There's another one, just a club out. So there we go. Yeah, back to golf development and how to make the game grow. It's a team effort, isn't it? Team effort, it's about understanding, it's about communication, and it really is about having the right people in the right places, and just look at the results, look at the performance. I mentioned about how the air traffic control tower at Ronaldsway came a little bit unstuck with staffing and performance and things, and it was really about succession planning. And I think golf development on the Isle of Man has got to be in the same bracket. The formula's pretty easy to understand, and you've got to look at why perhaps the numbers aren't what they should be. You need to look at what funding has been available for golf development. You need to look very closely at that. So you'd want to say look at an organisation that has got a budget, and an organisation that's got a budget where funds can be allocated. And the Isle of Man is blessed with some fantastic corporate sponsorship of teams and sports and events, and golf is excellent because it's inclusive and it appeals to a lot of people, and we've got the resources on the Isle of Man to make things happen. So I'm sure once this end of year has been scrutinised and analysed and discussed, and the likes of, say, how the leagues have performed, the championships, how this event has come together, and the expectations for the future, I think very quickly anyone will be able to rationalise that there's a lot of potential out there, a lot of advantages to be gained, and by some clever, intelligent working, a business approach, organisation, accountability, standards that are impeccable, I think really we can move forward. Jamie O'Neill coming into view. Looked on the leaderboard before and he was best performing golfer of the day so far, but I've not been checking in too much on that. It's his playing partner. Easy action. Ball just kicking in off the bunker to that front edge of the green. Very pleased with that. Jamie. So he's been carrying his bag for all day. Strong as an axe. Strong as an axe? Probably is. Strong as an ox. With an axe. Jamie, get it close, come on. Oh, and he does, yeah, that's fantastic. Look at the spin on the ball. So, Jamie, you are going to be awarded with the biggest back spinner shot of the day that we've managed to catch on camera. Nicely done. Let's see if we can just pop it in. Spun it back off the green, but versatile golfer. Absolutely a real voice, a real mobile advertisement for Ramsey Golf Club. Striding down the fairway. And of course, one of the island's top male netball players. You couldn't write it, could you? Fantastic. Got some supporters here. I recognise we've got Brian Kelly. Can't make out the other two yet, but they'll come into view no doubt soon. Brian Kelly, leading travel agent on the Isle of Man. I like Brian when he comes up on the radio, Manx Radio. Has a great opinion and vision about the future of tourism on the island. Expert, you see, privateer, private enterprise. Knows what he's talking about. Oh, look at Jamie. Too busy with a backspin, maybe. Wayne Mells, big frame on the golfer, taps it towards the hole. I do like it when you get these big frame golfers with such gentle hands. It's great to see. Whip the ball through. So par for Jamie. Yep. Brian is a key component of the, not just the island visitor economy, but I think the travel economy based on the island. So absolute success story on legs. But if you do happen to listen to him when he's on the radio giving his opinion about island tourism and what the potential is, always worth keeping an ear out. It's nice to know what those that are in the trade think about how to run the trade. Hey, Simo! I do like the way this guy hits the ball. Yeah, he's on. That was a great little shot. Seems to be alright. Jamie's got a couple of holes to go. He'll be thinking about just getting the ride home down 18. Par 5, of course. One of the biggest hitters on the Isle of Man, though, Jamie. Came second in the biggest hitter uphill driving range competition that we had last November when the driving range had its first birthday party here at Mount Murray, which was a bit of a laugh because what we did, we found a Fiat Punto boy racer style, stuck some R plates on it and then drove it on to the driving range, and everyone could have a pot shot, which surprisingly sharpened up your focus no end. You know, get the 1 iron out and hit a stinger through the rear offside passenger window, and that kind of delivers a whole new realm of pleasure to the world of golf. So maybe in November we'll do that again. I would like that. It was a lot of fun. Come up to the driving range. Family fun all round. You've got clubs that can be hired from the shop. None of them are any good for the driving range that we hire out, so you can do what you want with them. Doesn't matter, we don't care. Just have a lot of fun with them. Come up with a family. See a lot of kids coming up with their mums and dads and what have you. It really is a great attraction, and it's all weather all year round. People love it. It's one of these automated driving ranges where the ball pops up out at ground. Amazing. Imagine that one day. It could be like Top Tracer, Top Golf. Get some technology in. See what the public wants, eh? Why not? Proving very popular though, you see. That's where golf has an aspect of golf which has modernised, it's been technified, and it appeals. People like that. Come up, I'll just hit a load of balls for about half an hour. See a lot of guys coming up after work, building trade types, coming up, having a smash. But it's not just boys, it's girls as well. Quite often you'll see a group of girls coming up having a bit of fun, or just the solo golfer at the end of the day honing the game. You don't have to go and pick the balls up. Oh, didn't like that. Blimey, that looked like a very tired shot. So looking down my list, we've only got a few to go. We've got Morgan Blythe here and Jack McPhail. Now, it sounds like a pair of movie stars. Starring Morgan Blythe. So the sun is just coming out now. Those beautiful summer evenings. We're in August. Grab them whilst you can, because they won't be here for much longer. Oh my word, that is not going to be a huge amount of fun down there. He knows it too. Tiredness creeping in maybe. That might have been his first shot though, don't know. So I think there's a bit of Lancashire around. Oh, and both of these lads, look at them. Both of them missed the green. Oh, just got the buggy in view, excuse me. And he's looking. Found it, so a new angle. Not seeing this one today. Oh, that's a nice little shot. Come on, just roll down. Just skating off and leaves a bit of a tester. Again, nice little shot. He's going to trickle down a little bit closer, so still a bit of work to do. Shadows are getting longer. I think it really is time to chip the rust off that barbecue this weekend. Oh, happy days. Still don't understand what all that's about, but maybe one day. And a couple of rather exquisite up and downs after, would you call it, a little bit untidiness on this 16th hole, which should be a relatively simple effort for this golf course. So Team Lancashire just giving some encouragement. Last stages of the round. Got the entourage in the buggies turn up. Just being there for support, maybe. Just knowing a little bit more about the scores in hand, what's required. Ball flighting. That's a lovely shot, that was. Lovely shot. So he's left of the pin on the green, unlike a lot of his predecessors today. So we're getting further down the tee sheet. So we've got Luke Yardley and Andrew Minikin coming in. Then we've got Robbie Noon. Island number 1 will be with us soon. And then after that we'll just have another 4 golfers, and then we can switch off and go and have a beer. So I'll just have a look on the app to see who is in contention. So I don't quite understand the team scores situation, other than it says Cheshire were at the top by quite a margin. 423, Yorkshire 429. Oh no, Lancashire 426. I need to look at this and work out what the message is on that leaderboard, because it doesn't quite make sense to me as yet. But I can tell you that Dan Hayes of Cheshire, he finished 7 under, 67-68. But we've still got Lucas Martin to come in and have his score registered. Certainly on that. Let me just interrogate these leaderboards and the like. Let's have a look at this afternoon round. So we saw Jack Worley before. Lucas Martin 5 under, so he's still out. Looking at my list, not seeing where he is featuring. So it could be that the scoring has just slowed down a little bit. So that was Morgan Blythe, who just went through before from Northumberland, as 2 under for this afternoon. So let's see who we've got. We've got a bit of Cheshire in the aqua blue, stand out a mile, and there's one ball very close to the pin. So could it be that Cheshire is the surprise package? Just have to see. Sam Prince was from Cheshire. He had a 68 this morning. John Beasley. Herminder. Luke Yardley. So I think this will be Luke Yardley coming along. I might see if I can grab a word off some of the Cheshire ones. So we've got the Cheshire contingent of all materialised. Is this their last man in? We know that Hayes had a terrific round of golf, 2 rounds of golf. Are we sensing some excitement here? We'll see. But it's the first time that we've had a team together on these last few holes. I'll have to try and work it out. I'll have to go on a bit of a wander, have a chat. And just see what the state of play is for these guys. So we know that this lad We know he's in the Cheshire Colours, and we know he hasn't got far to go with this putt. But if you look on the Golf Genius app, you can try and fathom it all out. Lovely. Okay. I'd imagine this is going to go in the hole. We can't actually see it, but it's not far. Should be fairly simple enough. And that is in. So I'll just make my way over to the delegates, shall we say, and see if we can extract any information that might help us with the broadcast and informing you, the viewers. blimey, there's nothing better than going out and hearing it from the horse's mouth. Absolutely. So I spoke to Dan Hayes, who has shot the best scores so far today. 16 years old, very slight figure, and he's with his mates. They obviously know each other. We had Harrison Sewell, who'd been watching a bit of the YouTube, so that was great to see that someone had been dialing in. And Ben Willis there from Durham, so those are the two lads who were mates that we spoke about before. So there could be a shock on the cards. Okay. Everyone's been expecting the bigger counties to win. Yorkshire, Lancashire. But the surprise is that Cheshire are actually in the frame. Cheshire in the frame. So there is a bit of excitement in the air. A bit of expectation now. Now the Island number one, the Island Golf Champion 2023, retained his crown at Ramsey and is forging a pathway to success in taking part in events in the UK. So that's Robbie, and Robbie puts a massive amount of effort into practice all the time, chip, chip, chip. Structured though, he's not just turning up with a bucket of balls. Absolutely dedicated and focused, and is taking the Isle of Man golf message far and wide. Good family support too. There's Paul on the bag. Emma will be around. Did well in the ladies' championships. Left-hander. Then of course, like we said before, the stabilising force is Vicky Noon, who is an absolute gem in Isle of Man golf terms. Just, I don't know, just introduces a level of calmness into the environment. Come on, come on. Good effort, just tap it in, Rob. There you go, that's how to do it. Yeah, so Rob is given up a lot, a heck of a lot, to go competing in events in the UK. And oh, that's a nice birdie there from Rory Thompson. Rory Thompson, what a great name for a golfer. Thompson, eh? I have to think of Peter Thompson. He was Australian, wasn't he? Remember, if you're of that age, you had the Peter Thompson set of woods. Were they made by Dunlop? Not quite sure, but yeah, there you have it. Yeah, so the likes of Robbie, modest, quiet, unassuming. If you have got a spare few quid though and you want to sponsor somebody on tour and you live on the Isle of Man, this is the guy, because he won't come and ask you for any help. But if you want to put some generosity his way, if you're looking for sponsorship opportunities, he'll take your company name far and wide. Great year last year. Ireland Championship, I think, was just a breeze for him. Kind of just happened under the radar. Super Bowl striker, gets right on top of the ball. Could be. Oh, it's another one that's short and in that bunker. For all you Mount Murray players, just give it that extra club every time. Robbie, and it's up on the top. It's not short. It's on the left side, and it was a good strike. Nearly there, Robbie. So looking down the list, coming next is Max Beresford and Andrew Heswell. Let's see who we can so who have we got coming in? So it looks like this is the last group. Check the Golf Genius, see what's happening. It's the Yorkshire player. Just see. Beresford is Yorkshire, Heswell is Lancashire. Try and work out what's happening. Oh, a couple of good shots in here. Nice little treat for you. Lovely stuff. That's how it should be played. So I'm just having a look at the individual scores, what's in for 36 holes. So Dan Hayes, who we saw before, leading. So there's a few Yorkshire players, there's 3 Yorkshire players at the top. Let me see, Heswall. In for a birdie. Did a lap, dropped in. So I think I'll just nip out and try and find out what is happening. Now come on boys, you know you're not allowed to do this, you know that. These buggies are only made for a couple of fat blokes. Maybe that's okay, 4 skinny lads. Might be alright, might not breach the weight regulations on a buggy. I'll go and have a wander. Well, that was a chat with David, and well, it's close. It's extremely tight, and it's looking like at the moment it's between Cheshire and Yorkshire. So we're just going to have to keep an eye on things. Now, I've got a little dilemma. Do I take the buggy and the kit down to the 18th and watch them coming in on that 18th green and maybe capture the moment? I think we should do that, eh? We can just shut up shop here and I'll come back to you maybe in about 10 minutes. I'll just see who's coming round the corner. I can just see a little buggy in the distance through the trees. Just see. So I think there's lots of action still to come. Interesting that David there is aware of Dan Hayes and what a very skillful golfer he is at 16 years old. Interesting conversation that I had there with him. So the talent is well known. He's been spotted and he's the leading player at the Northern Counties today for the individual honours. So great, Tim. Great to see a young player at the dizzy heights. So yeah, I think if I could get the camera stuff kind of half loaded in the bag, jump in the buggy, then get down to the 18th green, and I can be away from here because I'm in the shade and it's a bit cold, and there's a couple of them midges around that are a bit bigger than usual. They'll be sucking more blood out of me. Some relevance in that statement, but there you go. Yeah, I think if we just see who comes through soon, go and have a chat with them. Now, I might just have time to get down to the 18th, but I've just seen a ball pop into position A, as we see there. Interesting to see if it's going to be another Cheshire player. So David Appleyard, who I spoke to there before, he suggested that there was a Cheshire player just coming up behind, so they're in the frame against Yorkshire. Just checking my sheet. On my list, on my tee sheet. That's the thing to do. Let's go on tee sheets. Round 2 tee sheets. So yeah, this is the last 2 balls. So it's Grant Dixon and Sam Prince. Now, Sam Prince, his name caught my eye before on the leaderboards, and I think he was 2 under. Let's just have a look. View the scorecards. Right. Oh no, I don't want to do that. Leaderboard. That's what we want. So if you look at the Golf Genius app, you can catch up with the latest information. So Sam Prince, let's try and find his name. Oh, now then, okay. So he was 3 under this morning with a 68. Okay, let's see if we can find his round 2 leaderboard. Best afternoon scores. So does he feature on here? Because Sam Prince, yeah, well, his score hasn't been updated since hole 1, so forget that option. So I think we're just going to have to wing it, as they say. So the player in, I can't remember, something blue, not Man City blue, that could jinx it. Cerulean blue? Was that it? Maybe you see things differently. I don't know, but he's certainly got a bit of attention, and we've got players now wandering around. Everyone's moving a little bit quicker. There's more frenetic activity than what we had just beforehand. Yeah, going to check the yardage. It's just a flick. You're in position A. So the players obviously are recognising this stage in the game. So that'll be Sam, won't it? Just dealing with the glare of the sunshine, just through the trees. It's a bit of like a Harlequin shot, isn't it? It's like light and dark. Playing partner. Is he going to hit first? Looks like it. Oh, just trying to creep to the edge of the green, but Sam, you don't want that. You want to knock it stiff and knock the putt in. Let's put these Yorkshire guys under a bit of pressure. So it's coming a little bit of a low flight, and it's stopping by the hole, and look at that. That is absolute class. Better than the camera work, but that is a tap in putt. So I think what we'll do, we'll just hang fire here at the moment. We'll get a good shot of Sam on the tee, and then when he's played his shot up 17 after, we'll leg it over in the buggy down to the 18th. And we'll check it out. Sam Prince. So we don't know what his afternoon score is. Could all be just looking very casual at the moment, or it could be that he's putting Cheshire in the frame, but we don't know. I love that, tapping in with the flag in. I rejoice when I see that. I love it. One of the greatest rules in golf, isn't it now? So I'm going to leg it over there, and speak to my mate Aminda, find out what's happening. Well, there we go. I think we're going to take the camera down to the 18th because it is super tight, it's super close. Sam Prince, he is right in the thick of it. And just as an interlude, we'll have Richard Creemore, who has been beavering away all day. As ever, he's right on it, he's precise, his timing is perfect. He's making the course manageable for the members. We're going to turn it into ordinary golf now. Lovely stuff. Well, you've heard it all. Everyone's absolutely overwhelmed with the condition of the course. So Richard's part of the team with Gary and the lads. And we're going to go down to the 18th and see the exciting finale to this.